was in a Russian prison. You would think that somebody who is now free, back in America on home soil, would not have too much to complain about. Fans in every sport. She described the fans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport you are. It doesn't matter what sport you pick. So, and then when you, clearly she's not remembering who they let out to get her back.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death.
Stephen A. Smith just revealed why Brittney Griner should get a permanent ban from the WNBA, and he's not holding back. On his Valuetainment interview, he called out the league for playing favorites, covering up the truth about Griner's real gender, and said if they don't deal with it now, she should never step on a WNBA court again. And this wasn't just a quick comment. Stephen A. laid out a whole list of reasons that make it look like the WNBA is protecting her no matter what. With all those leaked medical rumors and TikToks breaking down every detail, people aren't ignoring this anymore. A lot of fans think if even some of it is true, the league's reputation is finished. Stephen A. says this isn't just about Griner, it's about whether the WNBA can even survive this. And his first reason for saying she should be banned? Yeah, it's the one nobody can argue with. The first reason is simple. If Brittney really was born male like the rumors claim, then she's got a built-in advantage no other player can match. Her size, her strength, her wingspan, even her stamina. It's not even close to the average player in the WNBA. If you healthy, where you started self to new sames, fans have been pointing it out for years. She dunks with ease, blocks shots like she's in the NBA, and towers over almost everyone on the court. Just watch this clip.
Finds Griner for the dunk, and that's what the sellout crowd was waiting for. Zargon finding Griner! Slam dunk! As Griner comes up with a steal and maybe a little showtime!
This isn't a normal highlight. This is why people keep saying she doesn't belong in a women's league. If the league keeps letting that slide, then what's the point of calling it a women's league at all? And this isn't just about one person dominating. It's about the league being willing to risk its own credibility just to protect a star. But that's just the start, because the next reason shows this might not just be favoritism. It could be a full-on cover-up. And it's not just a question of fairness, it's about player safety. If those rumors are true, the difference in size and power isn't just unfair, it could be dangerous. Other players could end up seriously hurt going up against someone with that kind of physical edge, especially when refs already let her play more physically because she's a star. Fans have been posting clips for years, calling out plays where she goes hard in the paint and barely gets a whistle. Here's one of those clips that's been making the rounds, showing her throwing her weight around while other players can't even get a foul call.
So 16 turnovers is what they average. They are last. BG staying with it. Jump ball is called.
Add in the gender controversy, and it starts looking like the league is putting player safety at risk just to keep one name on the court. And if that's really what's happening, the next reason shows why the league could lose everything, not just its fans. Every day the league refuses to address the controversy, fans trust it less. People are asking if the WNBA is even running a fair competition or just protecting its cash cow. For a league already fighting to grow its audience, nothing's more dangerous than people thinking the games are rigged. And fans aren't staying quiet about it either. Listen to this podcast that's been blowing up, where even the hosts say people are done watching until the league tells the truth.
People don't even watch women's sports.
It's boring, respectfully. Okay. If I watch women's, because they're not, like, when you watch men's basketball, like, they driving it to the hoop, they dunking, boom, it's all, like, so much energy.
Yeah,
I feel like it's just layups. It's just a bunch of layups.
When fans stop trusting what they see, everything else unravels. The ratings, the sponsorships, even the loyalty of other players. And that's where the double standards come in, because they're only making things worse. Other athletes have been suspended, fined, or even banned for far less. Players have lost contracts over elevated testosterone, over tweets, even over minor off-court drama. Angel Reese, for example, is all over the news right now because reports say she's on the verge of getting suspended. Meanwhile, they're cracking down on Angel Reese over a suspension rumor. This TikTok shows exactly how fans think the league is quick to punish her, but shields Griner completely.
So you're telling me this is the end of Angel Reese as we know it? As she has just been suspended from the entire WNBA season after what she was just caught doing in her most recent game today. I mean, y'all gotta see this.
Meanwhile, Griner gets shielded at every turn. No suspension for her past arrest, no public testing, and no official comment about the leaks. To fans, it screams favoritism. And when the league refuses to level the playing field, her silence only makes it all look worse. Weeks have passed, and she hasn't addressed the leaked documents. She hasn't demanded the league clear her name, and every day she stays quiet, the speculation multiplies. TikTok and Reddit are full of the same question. If there's nothing to hide, why not prove it? The longer it drags on, the more people assume the worst. And while the whispers grow louder, the money propping up the league is starting to walk away. Brands don't like controversy. When her name trends for the wrong reasons, sponsors pull ads, cut campaigns, or back away from WNBA promos. It's already happening quietly, with big names avoiding the risk of being dragged into the mess. When that money dries up, it's not just a PR issue. Teams lose funding, players lose pay, and the league can't survive on ticket sales alone. And people are already questioning how fragile the money is, like this TikTok pointing out that without brands like Kim Kardashian's Skims, the WNBA might not even be standing.
This just in, that Kim Kardashian's label Skims is the official underwear label for not only the NBA, but the WNBA and the U.S. basketball team.
And the optics only get worse when you look at how every other sports body handles situations like this. The Olympics, FIFA, even the NCAA, they all have strict policies. Gender verification, testosterone levels, birth certificates. If you don't meet the standards, you don't compete, period. Meanwhile, the WNBA stays quiet. No policy statements, no clear testing, nothing. Compared to other leagues, it makes them look like amateurs protecting a favorite. And if the WNBA keeps dodging it, the backlash won't just be about fans. It's already spreading to the players themselves. Behind the scenes, there's talk that players are ready to sit out if the league doesn't come clean. Some veterans don't want their legacies tied to a scandal they didn't create. Younger stars don't want to risk being dragged into a mess by association. And if one big name actually refuses to play, it could snowball fast. And if you think the players won't take it further, remember this moment, when they walked out over pay. Now imagine what happens if they decide they don't even want to share a league with Griner.
But something important happened before the game. As you know, the collective bargaining agreement is under discussion right now between the league and their players. And before the game, the players came out without their warm-ups on with shirts that said, "Pay us what you owe us."
But the threat of walkouts is just one part, because even if the players stay, the lawyers might end the league first. If the leaked documents ever get verified and the WNBA knew but looked away, the lawsuits will be brutal. Players could sue for lost bonuses and titles, sponsors could demand refunds on deals, even fans could file class action cases for false advertising. And every one of those cases could drain the league dry before it has a chance to rebuild. And that's before you even consider the league's future star, because if this mess drives her away, the WNBA might not have a future at all. Caitlin Clark is the league's lifeline right now. Ratings, sponsorships, and new fans are all following her, but every Griner scandal steals the spotlight, pulling focus from the player the league needs most. Networks and advertisers want Caitlin to lead the new era. Insiders say keeping Griner around at this point could push Caitlin to question if this league is even worth it. And if Caitlin ever walks, the WNBA's future probably goes with her, which brings us to the biggest stakes yet. Now, this controversy could destroy more than just one career. It could destroy women's basketball as we know it. If fans start believing every record, every player, and every game is tainted, the growth the WNBA fought for will disappear. Rising stars will get dragged down, fans will tune out, and sponsors will move on. And that's why the final point isn't just about Britney anymore. It's about whether the WNBA can prove it even deserves to exist. So now, the league is stuck. Either protect its biggest star or protect what's left of its future. Because if they keep bending the rules for Britney, every scandal that follows is going to hit twice as hard. And once fans know the league will cover for favorites, there's no coming back. And here's the wild part. If the receipts Stephen A. keeps teasing actually drop, it might not just be Britney getting banned. It might be the WNBA itself that doesn't make it to the end of the season.